Limiting beliefs, huh? Yeah, we've all got them, unfortunately. But what we're actually going to talk about here, and I think we all kind of know kind of what limiting beliefs are, but I'm going to go over kind of a little bit more in depth what they are, a little bit about where they come from. But the biggest thing is I'm going to talk about a shift that you can make in the way that you look at them that's going to help you be able to let go of them a lot easier. So stick around. I'm Michael Kowal, and welcome to my world. So today I'm going to take you through limiting beliefs. We're going to start off, I'll tell you exactly what they are, how they come about inside your life, how they get stuck inside of our heads. And then the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into that shift of thinking, kind of a shift of awareness that kind of lets you know exactly what beliefs are, which is going to make it a lot more easy to let them go. And then finally, the third thing I'm going to go into is I'm going to give you a kind of like a 3-step process that you can use to kind of begin unwinding these things in your life and to choose more of the beliefs that you want, right? So kind of get rid of, let go of those limiting beliefs. So limiting beliefs, what the hell are these things, right? They're insidious little things that kind of sit inside of our noggin, inside of our head, and they kind of take over our lives, and we don't even really realize it. Because limiting beliefs, or any belief, we think is absolute truth. But they're not. They're just a belief. They're beliefs that somebody has told us in our life at some point, right? You suck. You're ugly. You're never going to amount to anything, right? Those are the classic ones. And where do we get those? We get those usually in our childhood, usually from our parents, mother or father, or brother or sister, or somebody that doesn't like us, or some casual comment that somebody makes to us. But whether they're told with, real conviction or judgment against us or just in passing, if we're susceptible to maybe believing that, we take that in and we start believing that. And what does that do? That ends up limiting who we are. It limits our belief of what we are. Our true self can't come out when there are those limiting beliefs inside of us. How many times have you sat there and started some project or something like that and you were all excited about it, right? Oh man, this is going to be so great. Well, that is your true self inside, wanting to get out, wanting to express itself. But then it runs into those limiting beliefs, which then kind of begin the process of sawing that down, right? Taking it down, taking away that enthusiasm. Well, you really can't do that. You're never going to make it. You're a loser, right? You suck. All of those things, whatever they are. And they end up stopping you in the end. So limiting beliefs come from outside of you. People telling you that, people making a judgment against you, or in passing. Now, the other way that they can come in, limiting beliefs come in kind of almost like through the air, right? In the air around you. Because those are the beliefs, and sometimes they're the more difficult ones for you to realize that you actually have as limiting beliefs. They're the beliefs that other people hold for themselves. So let's say your mother or your father. Maybe they always believed that, money was always tight. Or people with money, they're jackasses, right? They're out to screw you all the time. Or maybe they happen to believe that they suck really bad. Now, they may not say it to you directly. They may say it in passing about things. They may be saying it to themselves out loud. They may end up, you know how it is in families, right? You understand what people are thinking. You understand what they're feeling, even if they don't have to say that. Now, when we're subjected to that over a long period of time, and especially as little kids, right, we believe stuff, we start taking on those beliefs ourselves, right? Well, I suck, or whatever the hell it is, right? So those are kind of the two ways that we end up getting those limiting beliefs. And the really hard part is, like I said before, is a lot of times we don't even realize we have them. Because as a belief, we don't even really realize that they're beliefs. We just accept them as fact, as rock solid fact. This is just the way it is, right? It's the way it is. Rich people, oh, they hate us, right? Or I'm never going to amount to anything much. Or I'm never going to have any money. I'm not going to be a success. I'm not going to be able to build the dreams. Why dream? I'll never be able to get them, right? So they end up taking over our lives, and we don't even realize they're there. But here's something about beliefs. And this is number 2 that I'm getting to right here, which is that shift in thinking that you can begin to make. And once you realize this, it kind of opens up a lot of things in your life, and you realize, oh, that's what's going on inside my head. Because really, what I've come to learn is that beliefs are a belief is just a thought stuck on repeat, right? A belief is not fact. It's just a thought that happens to be stuck on repeat. And you're repeating it over and over and over in your head until it suddenly becomes rock solid fact. The belief kind of like sinks back in out of your awareness, and all that's left is the reality, the absolute reality that this thing exists. But it's just a belief. And a belief is just a thought stuck on repeat. Now, why is this so important? Why is this so vitally important? And it really is. And it will open up your world. Because if that belief is just a thought stuck on repeat, it means you can change it. It's just a thought. And normally thoughts, right, what do? They kind of go floating through our heads and shoot off into the sunset, right? Okay, well, I'm hungry right now, right? Or I forgot my shoes, right? It's a thought that passes through. But the ones that we kind of tend to keep around and that we keep repeating, they're the ones that turn into a belief. But because it's just a thought, you can change it. And that's what this whole third thing is about changing those beliefs. Now, I'll start by saying changing these beliefs is sometimes very easy and sometimes very difficult. Because if you think about it, and Dr. Joe Dispenza, he actually talks about this, which is pretty interesting. He's got some great ideas about all this stuff. And really, beliefs end up becoming habits of thought inside of our head. And so once you keep habitually thinking these thoughts, they can be very, very, very difficult to let go of. But here is the 3-step process that I mentioned. And I use this, and it really works pretty effectively. And the 3 steps are watch. Step number 1 is watch. Be aware. Watch as these things go by, right? Watch as you begin talking about, oh, well, this is the way it is, right? He never listens to me. Nah, watch. What is that? Is that reality, or is that just a belief? Oh, I'm never going to be able to do that. That's a belief. That's not reality. That's a belief, right? So you have to learn to watch for these things. Watch. See what comes through your head and recognize them as a belief. Second step, choose. You get to choose what is in your head. You may not realize it yet, but you get to choose everything. And when you start seeing these limiting beliefs, those beliefs that keep you down, that keep you from claiming all of your own power, you begin to realize, you know what? I don't want that anymore in my head. I'm going to choose something different. I want to believe in myself. So what do? It's the classic. If you sit there and you hold a belief, right? A limiting belief that says, I can't, what do? You choose the opposite. I can, right? It's the easiest thing. It's the easiest way to begin this process. I suck? Nope, I'm amazing. He never listens to me? You know what? He actually does listen to me. There's some times where he doesn't. And believe me, sometimes I do that with my wife. I'm terrible, whatever, but I'm learning. But anyways, you give the person the benefit of the doubt, and what ends up happening is you start realizing, oh, well, you know what? He actually does listen. Or she does understand me. Or this person supports me, actually. watch, see it, and choose what the new thought is that you want to hold. Because what are you going to do? You're going to make this thought inside your head, and you're going to make it stick now. So it is stuck on repeat. And that's the whole process. You get to choose that thought and stick it on repeat until you finally believe it. And then it becomes reality in your world. And the final step, right? There's watch, choose, and change. You got to make the change. You got to actually make it happen. You got to keep thinking those thoughts. You got to keep pulling yourself over to that, right? No, I'm amazing. I know it's difficult. And I've got other videos planned because we can't get into everything here at once. We've got to first of all begin with the simple steps here. But I'll give you some other tools later on to be able to see what your hidden beliefs are, how you can actually change things, and the processes that you're going to use. So a lot of times I use meditation and self-hypnosis, which is an amazing tool because there you can change things deeply, and it's fantastic. So watch, choose, and change. Watch when those thoughts are flying through your head. Realize that that's really just a belief. And then choose what belief you're actually going to believe now, that you want in your head, that you want to get stuck on repeat inside your head, which is going to create the world around you. And then make that change. Keep doing that. Keep thinking those thoughts. Keep focusing in those directions. And suddenly your limiting beliefs are going to be limiting no longer. They're going to support you. And when that happens, get ready because your life starts to change powerfully. So, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, if somebody else could use it, share it with them. Let them know what's going on. But definitely like it. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. It's a powerful thing that you can do right now to help me out. And I'm asking you, please help me out. Subscribe, but in the end, please, this week, it's all about you, and that is about changing your limiting beliefs. You don't need to hold on to them anymore. That belief is just a thought stuck on repeat. So choose something different. Get it stuck in there and change your life. Love you.